Hey guys, and welcome to Go Apex Games. This is our video review discussion over Battlefield Hardline. Be sure to subscribe above and have at it, Shrade. You're the Battlefield guy, so let us know what you think.
Alright, first off, you cannot go wrong with Battlefield Hardline. If you have been a fan of the series or you're just someone trying to jump into a new first-person experience, this is the game for you. It is worth the $60. You're going to get unlimited hours to play through, especially if you've got friends. The tactical gameplay that you can get, along with just the camaraderie of running around with an RPG, blowing the shit out of stuff, pretty fucking awesome.
Sure thing. Well, I guess first things first, Battlefield's known primarily for their multiplayer anyways. What do you think about the multiplayer? Tell us about it. Tell us about your experiences, what's new, what's pulled over from Battlefield 4, and what's ultimately new additions to Battlefield Hardline.
Alright, well, we'll start off with the level up system and the unlock system.
Sure.
Level up system is pretty standard throughout. You know, the better you do in the game, the faster you're going to do. Unlike Call of Duty, play the fucking objective. Like, sure. I don't know how hard it is for people to understand that this is a game about the objective. Now,
sure.
For those that are too stupid to figure that out, just go hop into Team D and run around with a shotgun and, do whatever the hell you're going to do.
Sure.
But the unlock system, however, is completely revamped from the previous Battlefields. You have a monetary system that allows you to unlock everything from guns to accessories, camos. I mean, you name it, you can unlock it through monetary value.
Sure. Okay. Cool deal. Well, so far, anyways, at least my overall feeling of Battlefield Hardline, I'm not quite sold yet on that monetary system. It's very reminiscent of, say, Black Ops. However, it's not bad by any means. The more I play, I'm about 20 or so hours in, at least according to the fucking annoying battle log. But
Yeah.
But according to that, I'm about 20 hours in, give or take, at least in multiplayer. It's nice now. Now that I'm getting more into it, I'm starting to get more cash. I'm starting to understand how to accrue cash. And like you said, the teamwork and the objective play a heck of a lot more importance in your KD ratio as per se Call of Duty does. And that's definitely a nice addition. One thing, and let me know what you think on this one too, Battlefield 4 was a slower, methodical first-person shooter, so to speak, whereas Battlefield Hardline, it isn't a twitch shooter by any stretch of the imagination as per Call of Duty is, but it's faster. It definitely is faster.
Oh yeah, you're not going to get raped by a sniper every 5 minutes. I mean, this one has really limited the sniper mentality. You're not going to be landing your no-scopes. You're not going to be running around taking on people with SMGs or shotguns.
Sure.
And the maps that they've designed, I mean, in every game mode, you're pretty much covered in if you want to be. Now, that's not to say that you can't do the sniping aspect, but the aspect overall of the run and gun, it's there. Mm-hmm. It wasn't there in the last one. I mean, there's so much CQB, and there's layers upon layers. And then you've got your new directional system and your radar, which,
okay,
I don't know. It is, to me, it's working out really well. I mean, I don't know what your opinion is of it, but to me, because there never used to be that level of, if you've got somebody up high, somebody down low, they're the same fucking size as you are. Whereas in this one, if they're lower or higher, they're a smaller diamond on there.
Sure. So it kind of gives you an idea of, I guess, kind of like a multi-directional deal, so you kind of have an idea of where they're at. Similar to, say, there's a few open world games that I know will show the dot, maybe an arrow upwards or downwards, depending on where that particular enemy is, and it's definitely nice, especially knowing where the main threat lies.
Yep. Throw a silencer on your gun. That is going to make a huge difference, especially since we're talking about radar right now.
Mm-hmm.
The silencer, although there are some drawbacks to it, if you're running around and you do not want to be found, throw a silencer on. I mean, it's just going to make the gameplay so much easier.
Sure.
It does slow down your rate of fire, or not even your rate of fire, but the bullet travel. So
okay, yeah.
You're not going to be getting as many kills at farther ranges, but you are going to get them same amount up close. So there's really not an issue if you're a close quarters player.
I know like the MP5K, I believe it was. That one was really nice to have the silencer on. It was a very It had a very nice firing rate, a relatively decent accuracy. The range wasn't exactly where I wanted it. However, the silencer, at that point, you really weren't looking for range once you slapped the silencer on anyways. Talk about the 4 different classes that we have right now. Between the operator, is it the enforcer?
Enforcer.
The enforcer,
operator.
the mechanic, and the professional.
And professional. Alright, so professional's your basic bitch sniper class.
Sure.
I mean, there's nothing really to it. You know, you've got a sniper rifle and you've got a secondary weapon, and the best part about that is that you essentially your secondary weapon will become your primary.
Yeah.
With the game modes and depending on your typing and where you're at. But on the professional class, you have all it's either 3-shot burst or fully automatic secondary weapons, which will put somebody down very, very quickly. High rate of fire, low accuracy, but up close it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
The best thing they did with the professional class is they incorporated the 338 Magnum bullet.
Okay.
And that is a weapons upgrade, and that deals a serious amount of damage.
Yeah.
You're disabling vehicles with 2 to 3 shots from a sniper rifle, which is unheard of. So I don't know if that's going to be balanced out later on in the future, or...
You would think that they would patch it at some point anyways. But, no, so far my favorite class has been the mechanic. I really do enjoy the range that the submachine guns have gotten, for that matter, as well as the... it seems balanced whenever you're comparing it to, say, the operator class or even the enforcer class, and you don't have to worry about it being, overpowered by any means, but it's nice to have that little bit of extra range, but at the same time, you're not going to be getting the range, say, as you would out of the operator class by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh yeah, you play very solid with what you've got. That's the best part about Battlefield. If you've got a play style, there's a niche for you.
And if that's something that we definitely figured out, especially with Destiny, was that our play styles were so god awfully different. You're so damn aggressive when it comes down to it, and I'm more of a conservative player, so to speak. And we might have the same KD ratio, but mine's going to be significantly under, just because I sit back and just kind of watch it. I methodically play, and you're just in there just like Skyrimming it up, just like
Leroy Jenkins all the way.
Yeah, the Dragonborn one, like Fusolda! And then just go in there so damn aggressively, and I guess that kind of complements us, opposites attract, so to speak. But no, it's definitely a good game. Now, my personal opinion on it anyways, and this is just me, it's not a subjective matter, it's not a definitive version of it. I don't know that I'm completely sold on the maps yet, as far as the difference between these maps and, say, Battlefield 4. I feel Battlefield 4 might have had larger maps, and I really enjoyed that. Now, they definitely did scale it down, but you also have a lot more verticality, so to speak.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Especially on there's this one map where when you get stuck in the city, and you've got the objective C and the large conquest is at the very, very, very top of the building, and that adds a nice dynamic as far as attempting to capture that one. And even though it is high ground, it doesn't necessarily mean you have control of the battlefield, which is a definitely nice dynamic. But as far as the overall feel of it, I'm not quite sold on it. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely did like the bigger fill of the Battlefield 4 maps, and the Levolutions were absolutely ridiculous in Battlefield 4.
Yeah, the Battlefield 4 Levolutions, that in and of itself is a discussion that we can get into, but we're just going to touch on it briefly. Battlefield 4 Levolution, there is a level of the whole map it just becomes completely different.
Yeah.
Whereas in Battlefield Hardline, the map that you were just talking about, the crane falls, big fucking whoop.
Sure.
Yeah, there's debris and it shuts down like one major roadway, but that's only localized to one section of the map.
Sure.
And I don't know if I like it like that or not, because I hated more than anything, sitting on top of a bridge and all of a sudden the Levolution happens and then I'm dead.
Yeah. They had one similar to that in Battlefield 4, if I'm not mistaken, where it was just one bridge in the middle of the fucking map, and it just...
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. And I was a little disappointed at that one. The flooding map I remember on Battlefield 4 is pretty nice, but no, all the Levolutions that I'm aware of right now, you've got 2 of them that have storms, that have just really bad storms. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what does the Bayou have as far as the Levolutions.
Bayou through the Levolutions, I don't think we put in enough time to actually be around it. Mostly because we're solid objective players. I know that I think it is C on there on Conquest where we're at, and then you've got like an oil rig that blows up. But that you can even be sitting on C, and that's not a big deal as long as you're inside one of the buildings. You're not going to be affected by that in the least.
Sure. Well,
the weather Levolutions, they did that in Battlefield 4. It worked out for them pretty well. I fucking hate the sandstorm.
God, yes.
I'm too aggressive. I walk out, people with thermal scopes, I'm done in like 2 seconds.
Good God, yes. That fucking, when you're sitting there running around that motel and you got so many damn snipers on that map in general, and then they have to throw the thermal scope on there, and then pretty much anybody with a short-range weapon's pretty well fucked from there on out, and that definitely drives me up the wall too. So you have to play very conservative, which I'm okay with, but even at the same time, not being able to see a couple feet in front of me definitely grinds my gears.
Oh, dude, just like you said, I'm a more aggressive player. I want to be up there, and I want to be trying to get as many points as I possibly can. But I mean, that just shuts you down.
Although I do like that map, it's definitely a joy to play with helicopter.
Oh my God, this guy on freaking helicopters. I mean, we'll get some gameplay of it, but I mean, if you got a helicopter, he can fly.
Except for the combat one, I'm still getting used to that one. It's a little rough, but I'm level 1 now, which is exciting.
There you go.
I mean, there's always that silver lining. What else was it? The single player. Have you played enough of the single player to get a...
I have not. I have been slacking. I am a primarily multiplayer person.
Sure.
I mean, I think I've hopped into the prologue, and that's it.
Sure.
I mean... Nothing crazy. But what I have interpreted is that there will be a lot of shit going on, a lot of drama.
Sure.
And if you're a fan of that genre of game, where you get into the player and in depth, which I mean, who doesn't?
Sure.
But I feel like this is going to be a really solid campaign.
Sure. And I've played a little bit about it. From what I understand, it's about 7 to 8 hours long, which is roughly average, anyways. And for a FPS game, primarily multiplayer is actually pretty large, especially when you're comparing it to Call of Duty. But it's a very cliche cop story so far, and that's fine with me. I mean, like the stupid 80s one-liners that they drop every so often is friggin' incredible. But as far as that, I mean, it's nothing more than just kind of a cliche story. Don't expect anything special at that. It's not reminiscent at all with Battlefield Bad Company. Battlefield Bad Company, I believe, had one of the best. Both 1 and 2, for that matter, had one of the best, and I will stand by this each day, one of the best Battlefield campaigns of all time. Great characters, funny one-liners. It actually had me rolling half of the game, if not more. But with this one, it's very cliche. It's a very by the books, Law and Order kind of game. It's good by all means, but I mean, if a character dies at some point, I don't guess I'm going to get too broken up about it unless they just do some big flip switch that just gets me all excited about somebody. But you have dirty cops, you have drugs, you have inside men, kind of just the whole shebang. Just a big old bucket of lethal weapon for Die Hard, But no, it's good. It's good. It's a hell of a lot better than 4. Hell of a lot better than Battlefield 3 too.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, those stories were nearly non-existent. I mean, it was there. It was there for entertainment. Yeah,
it just seemed fractured all the way through. I feel like nothing was really linear all through the campaign. 1 minute you're fighting this, and then the next minute, it just the cutscenes killed it for me, and then it wasn't linear. I mean, It seemed like to just be fragments, just piece by piece by piece, and it just done.
Yeah, absolutely. And one other thing with the with Battlefield 4, of course, with the E3, they pushed it, and they were like, this is the most graphically gorgeous game you will see for a while. And it was. It's still to this day, hands down, very beautiful. Textures are incredible. Relatively realistic. I mean, great particle physics, everything. This game, I don't know if it's because they handed it off to Visceral, or whatever the case may be, but it's not near as beautiful, but by no means is that saying it's ugly, because it's still a very pretty game, but the textures seem a little bit more bland, and the world feels a little bit more empty than what Battlefield 4 did, but I think that's because they weren't pushing it maybe for a ridiculous amount of graphical fidelity that they were pushing for in Battlefield 4.
I agree completely. For the platform that this came out on, and you expect it to be better. We of course play on PlayStation, but the 60 frames a second, everything else. For being this generation, and for it trying to be a mainline on these consoles, and really pushing, we still have not seen anything that pushes the PlayStation to its limit. And by no means is this game going to get anywhere close.
Yeah.
Not to mean that it's bad, just like you were saying, but it's not the game changer.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not what everybody's going to be aspiring to be graphically.
I don't guess you're going to be buying Battlefield for the graphics, though, either. I mean, that'd be something more.
Exactly.
I think the most graphically rich game out there so far is The Order. Although, it wasn't the best. It wasn't bad, but it was just okay. Just okay.
Yeah. To see our review of the Order 1886, click the link down below, and you'll understand what we're saying.
Yeah, and let's see, outside of that, single player, multiplayer's great, as usual. Other than that, do you want to talk about the box art? This
The
beautiful...
box art. Yeah. This gorgeous, basic bitch, lovely, just almost Jean-Claude Van Damme action-esque piece that you have on the front. It's pretty good. I mean, I really like the layout. It's not the Bloodborne Destiny, basic bitch from behind layout. That's nice. It's refreshing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's talk about the back.
Talk about the back. The incredibly shitty montage of just cliche shit. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, I'm not actually a really big fan of the box art. I really don't like the transparent black box that they have going on in the front. I don't know if it's just it feels too clean, or if it's just, I guess it's just the general layout. I don't know. But then again, most every video game anymore has the shot of the hero and his action pose, and I mean that's about it. The Order actually was probably one of the shittiest box arts ever.
It was really basic.
Ever.
I mean, it's pretty
but no, it's average to me. But who buys it? Well, I say who buys it off the box art, mainly people who haven't seen it before. But it looks pretty
Black
badass.
girls.
Yeah.
Black girls. Buy it for the box art.
Anyways, outside of that, do you have anything else to add on Battlefield
I do.
Hardline?
I've got one more.
Okay.
As for Battlefield's previous, you've got Army versus Armory. Now you've got the, hero, villain, cop, robber style.
Sure.
I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, in multiplayer, I really don't see much of a difference as far as how it plays out. Now, the vehicles are a little bit different. They take a little bit to get used to when you're running around on a police cruiser or the shaggin' wagon or whatever you want to call it. But they did away with the jets, which I'm okay with because, of course, I never really liked the jets. But they kept the helicopters. They threw in some more streetcar-like vehicles, which are a nice addition. They're very fast. They handle okay. Battlefield's driving to me still blocky and clunky, but it works. It's passable by all means. Grenades don't do near as much damage as I expected them to do on a lot of these vehicles.
Yeah, I personally like that. My biggest thing was there's just some jackass running around, and he's got one ready, and I'm sitting here trying to, driving on the, hijack or something,
Yeah.
and I see a grenade fly through the air. The last thing I need is for somebody to take me out that way.
Yeah, amen to that. And another thing that I liked, and you hadn't played a whole bunch of it, but when I jumped into the platoon, the bank heist, blood money, those are some fucking incredible modes. So incredibly fun, especially with a tight team. Now, as if you're just playing single player, usually you want to stick with large or small conquest or team deathmatch. But if you have a team, those modes are absolutely incredible. Blood money ultimately runs on, you have two teams, one middle pile of cash. Team A and Team B go to steal that middle pile of cash, and then also steal cash from each other's team. First to like 150 points or 150 tickets wins the game. Or whenever the timer runs out, whoever has the most. It's an incredibly fun, incredibly addictive, and a very fast-paced game. And in fact, you can just sit there and, as shitty as it sounds, you can sit there around their little van that they put their money in and just kind of camp out there and just shut them out the entire game. And you can definitely do it that way, and you could win with 1 point, 1 ticket. Outside of that, it's just fun, very fast, very addictive. You have a team that you play with, very close with, and play well with. Yeah, you'll dominate every time.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, play the objective, play with a team. If not, go back to COD. We don't need you here.
Yeah, I know one thing with Battlefield, you go out there and you just try to get your KD up. I mean, you might be averaging about 2,000 points a game. But if you go run the objective, for instance, I actually saw a guy the other day that had like 25,000 points. Just a ridiculous, just like a copious amounts of points and I mean, he just played the hell out of the game. Of course, he had a really great KD, but he also played the objective and played the hell out of the objective. And even me, when you play the objective, you can average out 5,000-6,000 a game, depending on the game mode. And
Preach.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. You can level the hell out of your character. Might have a crappy, non-existent KD ratio, but if you're playing the objectives, who cares?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's ultimately winning the game.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you might have a really great KD, but I'm not an MLG. I'm just out here blowing shit up, having a good time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all the time we have for today. We're going to leave you with some gameplay, and just be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as follow us on Twitter at GoApexGames and on Facebook at GoApexGames as well. And just be sure to subscribe for some more content. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Peace.
I'm in an armored vehicle if you want to jump in. Yeah. It's kind of a smoke grenade, yeah. Yeah. Smashed up here. How the fuck? I bet you have. Okay, I'm jumping in the squad car. Okay. Okay, 300 meters from your AO. Okay. Ah. Hop in, motherfucker.
I'll take out the suspect.
Said Alpha.
Show us now.
That didn't help any at all. Okay, heads up, we got an airboat coming our way. the hell that was. Go, I'm in.
Looking for a ride at this location.
Oh, fuck you. Good God! Neither do I. That's exciting. It'll just be a whole bunch of shrades. Okay, heads up, we got someone to the right side.
Spotted new targets near your location.
The suspects are gaining ground.
Got a guy pinned down!
Oh, fuck! They all just came in. Good God. I looked over there like once. There was one guy, killed him. And then all of a fucking sudden, like 7 of them just jumped down. Like, oh.
Dispatch to all units. Officers have cleared the area. Medkit! Suspects have a transport chopper.
Hey, heads up, we got a transport chopper over Charlie.
Here's a frag!
Advise officers. I just lost the territory.
Got a suspect. Give me a phone with the shot!
Damn it! Fucking shit!
Nearby security camera has spotted an enemy.
Dropping in at Delta. Hey. Charlie's clear, Charlie's clear. Alpha looks like it's about to be being challenged by us. Heads up, we've got a vehicle right up in front of us at B. Heads up. Is everyone down? Oh, ain't that something? There you go. Here, jump on this.
A spotted enemies near your location. The location is overflowing.
Suspects have claimed new territory.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna come back around. We got a transport chopper coming your direction.
All units 1026. Officers have cleared the location.
Yeah. Look like somebody's got eyes on them.
Hit the helicopter!
This music really pisses me off in this thing. We're going towards Delta. Get ready to bail because this thing doesn't have worth a shit of armor.
It's all yours.
Okay, I'm out, I'm out. Heading over to the left side, left side. Okay, looks like we're actually clear. Okay, we got one outside the cafe, one outside the cafe. Heads up. Going around. Good shot. Yeah, I got one more hostile outside of the area. Got 2 hostiles outside of the area. 2 hostiles down. Hey, behind you. Heads up far. You got 2 of them. Okay.
Suspect down.
Territory.
Oh, damn it. There's only so much I could do. Dropping on you.
Traffic has been rerouted away from this area. No need to wait to deploy.
Okay, yeah, heads up, we got a transport chopper.
Transport chopper.
Oh, armored vehicle. Damn it, I'm down. Fuck. Yeah. Damn it, I'm down again.
Officers on location. Suspects have taken
Oh, there's
police
only so much
territory.
cover in that area, and some of those guys are running a hell of a lot better things than that fucking Scar. Okay, I was really in very high hopes that that Scar's stock would help a hell of a lot, and it doesn't. In fact, I'm gonna have to run that heavy barrel and a heavy grip too, the stubby grip, because I mean, it has no control.